Earning money while you sleep? The truth behind the passive income myth. Hi, this time I'm speaking to you from a very special place, the back pocket of an outrageously expensive pair of jeans that an influencer praised as top quality. It's 3 in the morning. My owner is sitting at his desk, eyes locked on the screen, holding a coffee that's about to go cold. On the screen, an ad is playing. A beach with sand glittering in the sun, a lounger, a wide smile, and that sentence. That sentence we've all heard, some of us believed, and very few of us truly understood. I make money while I sleep. You can too. My owner is watching that ad for the 4th time. In his eyes, there's both exhaustion and that familiar spark. What if it's actually possible? And I, from that dark pocket, think quietly, it's somewhat possible, but mostly not. And the difference between the two will determine the next 5 years of my owner's life. Let's understand that difference together. Part 1. Keeping the word passive income hollow. Let's start with a definition. Passive income, in theory, means this. You put in effort once, you build a system, and that system keeps working for you. While you sleep, while you're on vacation, while you're doing something else, money keeps flowing. Sounds great, doesn't it? And this definition is partly true. But social media's passive income narrative shows only the last part of this definition. Money keeps flowing. The part at the beginning, you put in effort once, is either downplayed, skillfully skipped over, or erased entirely. And this erasure is leading millions of people down the wrong path. The real definition of passive income is this. You make a large upfront investment of effort, capital, or time. Then that investment requires maintenance that decreases over time but never reaches zero. And if everything goes right, it provides you with a disproportionate return in the long run. 3 critical phrases: large upfront investment, decreasing but never zero maintenance, if everything goes right. Why don't social media gurus show these 3 phrases? Because make a large upfront investment, wait a long time, maybe it'll work, is not a very good advertising slogan. But earn money while you sleep is a perfect one. And I, from that dark pocket, am telling you, passive income exists. It's real, it's powerful, it's life-changing, but not in the form you saw in the ad. Not at all. Part 2. The guru economy. Who is really making money? Now let me tell you the dirtiest secret of this industry. Courses, books, and coaching programs that teach passive income are a billion-dollar sector, and the ones who truly earn passive income in this sector are the ones who teach you passive income, the gurus themselves. Think about it. Someone says, I make $10,000 a month with dropshipping, and sells you a course teaching you how. If dropshipping is really that easy and profitable, why is that person spending their time educating you? The answer is simple, because the real money comes not from dropshipping, but from the dropshipping course. We can call this meta passive income. Teaching passive income is those gurus' passive income. When you buy the course, you actually become an element of their passive income system. You are the customer. Their course is the product. And this cycle is fed by every new I became free through passive income story. A 2023 study in the United States revealed that 78% of content creators selling online passive income courses earn their majority of their income from course sales, not from the passive income method they teach. In other words, the person teaching you to ride a bike makes their living not from cycling, but from giving bike lessons. This isn't a crime, but it is a grand deception. And I want to ask you this. When did you last look at the comments under that I earn money just lying down, just standing around video you watched on social media? How many people in those comments actually applied that method and succeeded? And beneath those success stories, how many silently gave up, lost money, or said, "This didn't work for me"? The loud ones are the successful ones. The silent ones are the majority. All right, enough criticism. Now let me talk to you about the realities. Passive income isn't non-existent. It exists, but it works under specific conditions for specific profiles through specific methods. Let's examine them one by one. First, dividend investing. You invest in dividend-paying companies through stocks or index funds. When those companies make a profit, they pay you according to your share, while you sleep, while you're on vacation, while you're having fun with friends. Is this real passive income? Yes, but with one condition: you need sufficient capital. Let's do the math. You want $12,000 a year, $1,000 a month in dividend income. If the average dividend yield is 4%, you need $300,000 in investment capital for this. Where will that money come from? By saving for years, investing, growing it patiently. In other words, before you reach the passive part, there are years of an active process. Nobody shows this method on social media, because save and invest patiently for 10 years, then collect dividends doesn't attract anyone's attention. But this is the method that actually works. Second, rental income. You buy property and rent it out. The tenant makes regular payments every month and you receive that money. Theoretically, you're earning money while you sleep. In reality, buying property requires a large down payment. Property management, tenant problems, and maintenance costs work like an active job. Vacancy periods come. After deducting taxes, insurance, and loan installments, the net income left over can be far below what you initially thought. Yes, property investment is a powerful wealth tool in the long run, but describing it with the word passive is misleading. The vast majority of those who do this, especially in the early years, are actually working like part-time property managers. Third, digital products. You write an ebook, prepare an online course, design a template. You produce it once and sell it repeatedly. Theoretically, perfect. In reality, a once-written ebook doesn't sell itself. Marketing is required, content creation is required, social media presence is required, SEO knowledge is required, and the digital product market is incredibly saturated. There are hundreds of ebooks and thousands of courses on every topic. To stand out from the competition, you either need very original content or a strong audience. For someone who already has an audience, digital products really do work, but building that audience takes months, years, and the process is extremely active. Do you see the common thread? All three methods involve a large upfront investment, either capital, property, or an audience and content. There's no way to skip this investment. Those who try to skip it end up frozen in the middle of the road. Now let's look at the easy routes that social media pushes the most, because much of what is said about them is either misleading or outdated. Dropshipping. You don't stock products, you ship directly from the supplier to the customer and pocket the difference. It's called e-commerce without capital. What actually happens? Dropshipping genuinely worked 10 years ago. Competition was nearly non-existent, and AliExpress arbitrage was feasible. But now, millions of people are trying to sell the same products from the same suppliers. Margins have been nearly wiped out. Advertising costs have skyrocketed. Delivery times are long, so customer complaints are high. Major platforms have started restricting dropshipping sellers. Are there people making money from dropshipping? Yes, but these are people working with heavy advertising budgets, constantly testing products and dealing with customer service issues. There is nothing passive about this. This is a full-time job. Affiliate marketing. You promote another company's product. When someone buys through your link, you earn a commission. This genuinely works, but only for people who have a reliable audience, produce content, and understand SEO. For someone starting from scratch, affiliate commissions typically take 1 to 2 years to turn into meaningful income. During this period, there is active, intensive content work involved. And this also needs to be said. Most affiliate programs offer the highest commissions to passive income courses, investment platforms, and crypto apps. So when that influencer is recommending you a product, they may actually be recommending the one that brings the highest commission. This is a conflict of interest, and you need to keep your eyes open to see it. As a wallet, I've observed this. When my owner was trying these methods, he earned no money in the first 6 months, but he bought courses, subscribed to tools, and paid for advanced training. In other words, while attempting passive income, I got even emptier. The money flowed in the wrong direction. This is a very common picture. The mental cost of passive income, what nobody tells you. There is one topic that nobody talks about in passive income discussions, yet it may be the most important: the mental cost. When my owner opened a dropshipping store, he had technically built the system. Products were selected, the store was ready, ads were running. Theoretically, he could now earn money while he slept. But do you know what was on his mind when he went to sleep at night? Are the ads converting? Is the supplier shipping the product on time? Will the store account get suspended? Did a customer complaint come in? Did a competitor sell the same product for less? The system was running passively. The brain was burning actively. The mental cost of passive income can be quieter but far heavier than the cost of your time, especially in the early stages when the system you've built is not yet automatic and reliable. A constant background anxiety forms. You sleep, but you can't quite fall into a deep sleep. You go on vacation, but only physically, because that system can demand your attention at any moment. This feeling is one of the biggest reasons why people who start out with belief abandon their passive income projects halfway. Nobody asked you, how much space will this project take up in your mind? But this is one of the most critical questions. Real passive income is valuable when it provides both financial and mental freedom. If it gives you one and takes away the other, that is a trade-off, and you need to think in advance whether that trade-off is worth it to you. The golden rules, the real road to passive income. If passive income is your goal and you genuinely want to achieve it in a sustainable way, I'll give you 5 rules. These rules are not for show, they are real. Rule 1. Secure your active income first. Before pursuing passive income, your active income must be stable and sufficient, because building passive income takes time, money, and energy. If you pivot to a passive income project while struggling to meet basic needs, everything will fall apart. First, a solid foundation, then the structure. Passive income is not a rescuer, it is a multiplier. It grows on top of a strong foundation. If you try to build it on a weak foundation, it collapses. Rule 2. Start from your area of strength. What are you genuinely good at? What topic do people come to you with questions, ask your advice on, or seek your opinion on? Start your passive income project from this area. A randomly chosen niche, a random drop shipping category, a market you entered just because it seemed profitable, these don't work. Because in a competitive environment, the only thing that keeps you standing is your real expertise and passion. Without these, you quit when the first difficult period arrives. Turning your expertise into a digital product, a content channel, or a consulting model feels far more natural than you'd expect, and the results are much longer and rewarding. Rule number 3. Calculate how much active is required before it becomes passive. Every passive income method has an active investment period in front of it. How long is this period? How much effort, money, and time does it require? Analyze these questions in advance and know the answers. If you want to open a YouTube channel and earn ad revenue, earning your first income typically requires 10 to 18 months of active content creation. Someone who knows this going in gets through this period. Someone who doesn't know it at month 6 says, "Why am I not making money?" and quits. Keep your expectations realistic and identify hidden costs beforehand. Rule number 4, start small, test the system. Before giving your entire savings and all your time to a passive income project, run a small test. Are you going to sell a product? First, test a single product at low cost. Are you going to create a course? First, give a free webinar and see the response. Are you going to write a blog? First, write regularly for a few months and see whether traffic builds. Large investment, large risk. Small test, early learning. In passive income, the most valuable thing is early feedback. Rule number 5, copy what gurus do, not what they sell. If a passive income guru is selling you a course, what you should learn from that guru is not the course itself, it's the guru's own business model. How did they grow their audience? How did they sell their first product? Which platform did they choose, and when? The truly valuable information is here, and this information is usually free, hidden in their old content, interviews, and first videos. Buying a course is easy. Applying the reality inside the course is hard, but analyzing that guru closely and independently is both free and far more instructive. Friends, passive income is not a lie, but it is not magic either. Real passive income is the long-term product of patience, expertise, and the right investment. If you're earning money while you sleep, it's because of those hard nights you stayed awake before. Those nights don't appear in ads. Those nights aren't filmed. Those nights are filtered out and discarded. I want my owner to fill me not on a guru's course sales page, but through a real, tested income stream grown from his own area of strength. Slow but real, small but solid. Maybe not today, but 5 years from now. Because I've learned this: everything that grows fast rots fast. Slowly grown trees have deep and firm roots. If this honest confession, this wallet's lament made you think about something, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and like the video. See you in the next one.